Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today I've partnered with Sephora to not only bring you this very festive, glam holiday look, but also to bring you their Sephora Gifts for All event happening right now through December 10th. Now this event is exclusively for their Beauty Insider members, and it's going to give you access to 20% off of beauty gifts as well as 30% off of their entire Sephora collection, which it's really good. So whether you're looking to stock up on some of your absolute favorite products from Sephora, or if you still have a few beauty lovers left on your Christmas list that you need to do a little bit of shopping for, now's the time to do it. Now during this event, you can save in one of two ways. You can either go in store and mention the promotion, or you can do it online by simply using the code YAYGIFTING at checkout. So if you're not already a Beauty Insider member, make sure that you join the Beauty Insider program today. It is completely free to join. As a Beauty Insider member, you're not only going to gain access to this Gifts for All event, but you're also going to gain access to future events. You earn points every single time that you shop. You can exchange your points for money off of your future purchases, or you can also exchange them for different rewards throughout the year. You gain access to free shipping with your purchases, as well as a birthday gift every single time that your birthday comes rolling around. So truly, there's nothing to lose. I'll leave all of the information down in the description box below so that you can check it out and you can join their Beauty Insider program today. Now, without further ado, let's get right into the look. All right, so we're gonna get started with the eyes, and for that, I am going to be applying a nice base, a nice eyeshadow base. This is the eyeshadow primer potion from Urban Decay. I really like this primer because it really sits on the lids very light, and it allows your eyeshadows to last all day long. So just a little bit of that, and then I just go in with my middle finger and blend it out. For today's eye look, we are going to be using the Natural Nudes palette from Too Faced. I really like this palette because it has every single matte shade that you can possibly imagine for like a transition shade, or even darker shades that are going to help bring some depth into the look. However, it also has like these beautiful golds, and that's what I'm going for today. Today's eye look is going to be like kind of shimmery, a bit on the gold side, kind of minimal, but not really, because we're going to want the lips to stand out. So for this look, I'm going to start off with a lighter shade. Usually I'll go from deepest to lightest, but for today, since I do want the eye look to be pretty toned down, I'm going to go the other way around, and then that way I can gauge exactly how deep I want the eyes to be without overdoing it and then trying to like reel it back in. So with my Sephora number 27 crease brush, I'm grabbing the shade Seashell, which is this like really beautiful pinky brown. And I'm going to place this down all over the crease. And you can't really see anything right now, but trust me, this is just going to create like a nice soft layer to build off of. Now with the same brush, I'm grabbing a little bit of Maple, which is this beautiful brown matte shade. Just taking off all of the excess, and I'm going to lightly blend this into the outer V and up into the crease, barely touching my eyelid. And that's the trick to blending your eyeshadows really nicely. Holding your brush from a little bit further down. You don't want to hold it up here because then it's going to apply a lot of pressure onto the eyelid, which we really don't need, because that's just going to deposit a more concentrated amount of eyeshadow into a specific place, and then it's a little bit harder to blend it out. You want to start off with the lightest pressure, and then that way it all blends together without you really doing much other than like gliding your brush around and kind of guiding where the eyeshadow is going to go. Now for the lid, for the majority of the mobile lid area, I'm grabbing this shade here. This is Shimmering Pearl, which is such a beautiful champagne shade. I mean, look at that. I was debating between that one or this one. This one's called Golden Light, but this might be just a little too golden for my liking for today. I want to do something that's a little bit less intense on the gold, but still delivers on that shimmer. And for me, that is shimmering pearl. So grabbing shimmering pearl with my finger, and this is what I'm going to use to place this beautiful shimmer onto the mobile lid area. And I'm kind of doing the entire mobile lid area from inner corner to outer corner. I'm stopping right before, but honestly, you can put this on the entire eyelid and it's going to look beautiful. Look at that. Then I'm going to go back with my blending brush, grab a little bit of the shade that we started off with, Seashell right here, and then a little bit of Maple. Just kind of combining those two, shaking off the excess and blending everything together so that you can't really tell where the shimmer ends and where the matte shades begin. It's all just kind of one. So the eyes are almost done except for eyeliner. For a classic Christmas look, you need a nice bold eyeliner, but for some of us that can be a little bit intimidating. I mean, like for me, it could be a little intimidating, which is why I don't do eyeliner very much anymore. I did it a lot at one point, but it just is so hard for me. But with these two products, the process is so much easier. So now I can do it and it's not a big deal. This is the Kaja Wink Stamp Wing Eyeliner Stamp. So you have the left side and the right side. You stamp your wing and then you just fill it in with the Kaja, what is this called? The Wink Stamp Wing Eyeliner Pen. So these come in a pair, they come together. Now the pen is labeled, so you don't have to worry about which one's which. It's gonna tell you this is for the right and this side is for the left. We're gonna start with the right side and I just align my wing along where the end of my eye is and I have it facing up toward my temple because obviously I want them to be symmetrical on both sides and I have to remind myself exactly how I place it. This is, I guess, the only tricky part is where you first stamp it and then after that, you're good to go. Like that. So now that I have the wing set, like placed exactly where I want it, all that you have to do is to connect it. So I start here along halfway of the lid. And now that we're done getting our line as perfect and as bold as we want it, I'm also going to be tightlining right underneath the lash line. This is going to give the appearance of a thicker lash line. For tightlining, I'm going to be using the same pen that I used up here. So just tilting my head up, looking down, I'm simply patting this right under the lash line. And right away, you can see the difference between tightlining and not tightlining. And to finish off the eyes, I'm going to be applying these two. This is the Better Than Sex Foreplay, which is a primer from Too Faced. And I'm going to place this underneath the Better Than Sex Waterproof Mascara, also from Too Faced. Just doing one coat of each to give me very full, long lashes to go with this very bold eyeliner. I went a little bit thicker than what I wanted to, but now that I did it, I am kind of happy with the way that it turned out. Of course, it's all personal preference. You don't have to go with a thick, bold wing. You don't even have to do one at all. It's just what I was feeling at the moment, you know? So again, one coat of the primer and following that up with one coat of the mascara. Next, the face. My most favorite part, okay? I would think that it would be the eyes, but for some reason, just doing your base, the under eye, powder, blush, contour, like it all just, I'm here for it. And we're gonna start off with the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. This has been a go-to primer of mine for a few reasons lately. Not only does it help my makeup stay on all day long because it does just grip onto everything, it also helps keep everything nice and hydrated on the skin, especially right now during the winter months. I mean, I'm in Georgia, which tends to stay kind of humid, but just with the cold, my skin will just freak out. And sometimes my makeup shows it. But when I apply this, as a base. I never have to see that. It's also infused with hyaluronic acid and niacinamide, two ingredients that you guys know I love. So to me, it was a no-brainer. Now for color corrector, I'm actually going to be using two different shades today. One, of course, to color correct the under eye darkness, any hyperpigmentation, and the other is to help brighten. This is from Huda Beauty. This is her faux filter corrector. I have the shade Peach for color correcting and the shade Pink Pomelo for brightening, since this is a bit lighter and a little bit more pink than this. So first applying Peach and then doing a tiny bit of Pink Pomelo. And I'm going to use my ring finger to blend this out underneath the eyes. Just using the warmth from my finger and my skin to help this truly melt and set. Now for foundation today, we're going with the Eavesdrop foundation from Fenty Beauty. This is in the shade number 9. Just applying it pretty much all over the face. Not overdoing it too much. This is going to deliver light to medium coverage, which is right up my alley. And I'm blending this out using my foundation brush from Sephora. This is the number 47, correct? Yes, number 47. And all of the brushes that I'm using today, they all come in a set, which is super convenient because you literally get everything that you need in this set, okay? Perfect for travel, perfect for any kind of a makeup look. Trust me, you'll have everything that you need within that brush set. I really like using this blurring stick before determining whether or not I want to go in with foundation, because it does give me very nice, light, minimal coverage that blurs out imperfections, but it doesn't feel heavy. Sometimes I don't feel like I need much of anything on top of it, but on those days where I would like a little bit of extra foundation or a little bit of extra coverage, that's when I'll reach for my Lawless powder foundations. This looks amazing on top of the Eavesdrops. It gives you a little bit more coverage where you need it. So I'm going to go in with the shade medium. I was going to use light medium, but I think I'm more medium right now. Am I more medium? Yeah. We're going to go in with the shade medium using the same foundation brush. I just want a little bit more coverage here along the nose. Actually, you know what? I think light medium might be better. There it is, light medium. Is that better? Yeah, that's much better. I think I'm losing a little bit of color, which is fine. It's winter, it happens. Anyway, so just adding a little bit more coverage where I feel like I still could use a little bit more. Like here, around here. The blur stick makes everything look so nice and smooth. The blur stick along with the Hydro Grip primer, match made in heaven. Now for concealer, the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer to go along with the corrector, of course. And I'm using the shade Sugar Biscuit. Just gonna concentrate it here and here. And then maybe a little bit right here and a little bit right here. And I'm blending this out using the Pro Concealer brush from the set. This is the number 71 brush. I love the shape because it's nice, it's fluffy, and it fits perfectly under the eye. Now, although we're not going to set the under eye area, I do want to brighten it up just a little bit. And for that, I'm taking my Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder. This one is in the shade Cherry Blossom Cake. So it is a nice pink setting powder, or brightening powder rather, in loose form. Just going to swirl and tap along the lid so that we're not left with a ton of product on the brush. And I'm going to pat this into place. And you see that? It helped to brighten slightly. Of course, you can go back with a little bit more if you'd like. I sometimes do. I just kind of bring it in a little bit further down. I don't like to pack this powder all right under the eye. I want to bring it down a little bit, kind of where the orbital bone kind of ends or begins, depending on how you're looking at that. That's where I go back to, just like that. Going back to the eyes, grabbing the shade Maple and a little bit of the shade Seashell. I'm taking both of those shades with my shadow brush. This is the number 15 from Sephora. And this I'm going to simply pat onto the lower lash line and then drag it back and forth just a little bit. It's gonna give a very like smoky under eye appearance. I never feel like my eye looks are complete unless I apply a little something to the under eye area. Don't know about you guys, but for me, they never look complete unless I do it. Maybe I've just gotten so used to it that now I can't go without it. But either way, I like the way that it looks. We're just popping a bit of color to tie everything together. And then of course, finishing it off with some mascara. And because this is a very festive look, I'm gonna go back with my small eyeshadow brush and I'm gonna take the shade Glistening Snow and I'm gonna pop this here along the inner corner and dragging it to connect with the lower lash line. Just like really, really bright inner corner area. I haven't done that in a while, so figured this was a good look for it. Now for contour, for bronzing, you guys know this is my current favorite. This one is from One Size. It is the Bronze and Sculpt Trio in the shade Made for Shade. So you have your contour shade, your bronzing shade, and your really warm shade. So I'm gonna grab a little bit of the bronzing shade using my blush number 93 brush from Sephora. This is gonna go right above the hollow of my cheek. So I don't want to put it right into the hollow. I want to make sure that it is right above it so that way our cheeks appear lifted rather than wide. Again, very light-handed with this, like barely gliding the brush onto my cheek so that it can blend out very, very nicely and easily, really. Then we're going to take the bronzing shade with the same brush. And this is going to go slightly above where you placed your contour shade. And I like to bring it all the way up to my temple. Now for highlighting the cheeks, I'm going with the Artist Highlighter from Makeup Forever. This one is in the shade Anywhere Glimmer. It is this beautiful gold that I felt would really kind of match the entire look that we're going for here. So taking the same brush, I'm just grabbing a little bit of that and I'm going to be dragging it here, along the high points of the cheek. Just like this. Now all that's really left, of course, are the lips, and I could not create a holiday themed look without a classic red. So we're gonna be going with the Lady Bold lip liner along with the Lady Bold lipstick, both from Too Faced. I really like this red because it has a blue undertone, which just automatically makes your teeth look whiter. So why not? This is such a creamy, highly pigmented, and comfortable formula. I have a ton of texture on my lips, but with this particular lipstick, as well as like the Lawless lipsticks, those are amazing. These are really good too. This formula is perfection. You can still see the texture on my lips, but not as much as with other lipsticks that I've tried. So beautiful red to complete the look. And now all that's left to do is to set everything in place. And we're done. So that completes today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed this makeup tutorial and that you give it a shot this holiday season. And if you do, even if you don't, I just want to see your holiday looks this season. So make sure that you tag me over on Instagram so that I can like, comment, share all the things. I really want to see your makeup looks this holiday season. I really, really do. So make sure that you do that over there. Thanks again to Sephora for partnering with me in today's video. Like I said at the beginning, don't forget to join their Beauty Insider program. It's completely free to join. I'll leave everything down in the description box below. And don't forget the code YAYGIFTING at checkout if you're going to be doing it online to save some bucks this holiday season. And if you're going to be doing it in store, just make sure that you mention the promo and they'll know what to do. As always, my beauties, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah! Bye.